Hello creatives! Do you know the difference between design system and UI kit? If you don't worry, because in this video I gotta tell you, and better, I gotta show you. But before, I must tell you that this is the fourth video of the series that I have been making to tell you the entire process of creating a UI accessibility kit. This project is part of the Adobe Residency Community Fund that I have received, so I'm sharing during August the entire process of creating this UI kit. And during my research, I found out that I needed to see another reference like design systems, UI kits, and so on. This is why I gotta tell you in these videos what is a design system, what is a UI kit, and by the end, we will create an Adobe-like panel that will use the spectrum, the Adobe design system, and this will have all these buttons and texts and everything that just looks like an Adobe panel. So let's go to the computer. And here I am already in the computer, and this is a design system. This huge thing that you are seeing there, this is a design system. But how it works, this is just a website like everything that I have already seen. No, don't worry, because I will show you what is a design system. This is material design, the Google's design system, and how it works. Basically, a design system, it has a lot of components, texts, and other guidelines that a brand needs to have a standard brand into all the websites that they are joining. So, for example, if you want to develop an app for Google, or if you want to develop a website or any app for Android at all, then you can use material design. This design system, it contains a lot of different stuffs, like for example, the material design guidelines, components, icons, accessibility guidelines, very important. And then I gotta show you how it works. For example, if I click on components, then it will open this whole new website where you can find, for example, buttons. How is a button in the Google system? How can I create a button that you just looks like an app for Android, for example? Then you can have this button here. It contains the outline, just text, contains, and it's pretty cool because it shows where to use, how to use it, and they have a lot of other components like menus, I don't know how to say that, or navigation. So you can find everything you need in order to create a website that will look like just any other Android app. And you can check that if you download the UI kit for this design system, then you will have all these components into your Adobe XD. But I will show you later, because I have a lot of other design systems to show you, because all these big brand companies have a lot of software and this kind of stuff. They used to have this kind of system, because this way they can have a unified brand into different websites, into different channels, into different apps, and so on. So let's go. And this is another design system. This is the Human Interface Guidelines. This is design system from Apple. For example, if you want to develop a website for Mac OS, and you don't know how to create it in order to look like an Apple website, then you can come here and you can check, for example, Windows and Views, Windows Anatomy. Then it will show how are the Apple's Windows Anatomy. So if you want to develop a software for an Apple device, then you can check how is the Windows Anatomy, or the boxes, the patterns of the alerts. So there are a lot of patterns that you can follow, and you must follow if you are developing and if you are creating a website, designing for Apple, for Google, or for example, this is the Spectrum, the Adobe design system. If you follow this design system, your website, your application, or whatever you use it, will seem just like an Adobe application. And I will show you. If you go to the components and, for example, inputs and, I don't know, checkbox, they will have this checkbox. And have you ever used an Adobe application? Because if you did, you will remember these buttons, because they are the Adobe button, the Adobe checkbox, and this is the radio button that they use. Or there are a lot of different things like the buttons. Do you know this button? Have you ever seen this button somewhere? I'm 100% sure that if you are a designer and you have ever used an Adobe application, then you know this button. And do not even need to download any Adobe applications in order to see this button. And I gotta show you, because this is the Creative Cloud application. And whoa, there is the button. These are the buttons that are not the primary, it's the secondary button, but here's the primary button, just like this one. So if you want to create an application that seems just like the Adobe application, you can do that. And I gotta show you now what is a UI kit. And for you who was curious about it, this is a UI kit. Like this? No, don't worry. This is a UI kit. Because as you can see, design systems, they have all these components, like everything you need in order to create a component, an app, or everything you must to look, for example, like a material design. Like you want to create an app for Google. Then you can come here and you can use their components. It's just drag and drop. Like, hey, I want to use this. You can keep this. This is a component in Adobe XD. There are a lot of UI kits that you can use, and there is no reason that we use just the famous material designs or Spectrum for Adobe or the human interface guidelines for Apple, because you can use other UI kits. Like this one is the one from Adobe that I have showed you. For example, this is a UI kit that Howard Pinsky, which is a expert in Adobe XD, have created to show you different states of components. For example, oh, I have a radio button, or I have a volume, and you can interact with it. Like, for example, I have played there, then I can change it, and this one just don't change. I don't know why. And this change, or you can change here. And if you want, you can use this component in your application. If you want to create your own app, your own website, you can just drag and drop. And for you to learn how to really use a UI kit, which is different from a design system, because in the design system, they have all these huge guidelines about how to really use that. And the UI kit is kind of simple. If you see something like that, you say like simple, but it's easier because you can just select the components you are looking for and you can just drag and drop. But I really encourage you to read the design system about the item you want to use, because if you use the item in the wrong situation, then maybe this is not worth using it. But in order for us to continue, I will go to the Adobe Design System Spectrum and we will quickly create the happiest panel that Adobe have ever made. I have already started it. I have just put the text here. The happiest panel that Adobe have ever made. I have already downloaded the fonts, and as you can see, this one is a plugin. The Adobe Spectrum has either the UI kit and the plugin, like this one. In this plugin, I have already selected the color from here, like colors, and the text. And if I want to create a panel for Adobe, for example, it's pretty simple. For example, let me delete these buttons and I will look for the button I want. Like I want this button here, like here. I want this one because it's the call to action and I want everyone to click here. Oops. And then I click here and Control C. and then I will go to the art part I'm using, like Control V, and I can take everything I want, like, oh, I want these ratings because I think ratings are cool, so I want this one. Then Control C, Control V, oops, Control V, and then you can select everything you want to in order to create your panel. And then, oh, I want this one. I don't know why I would want this, but if you are writing a plugin, this can really come in handy. Or if I rather use the plugin, for example, I can press the button, and then here I can change from call to action to, I don't know, primary or anything else that I want to. For me to start, this is pretty awesome actually. And then I will just Shift C in order to center that. And then, I don't know, I will leave this edit here and maybe I will create a box. I don't know if I should create a box like that in the design system, but I won't look for that right now. If you will develop a plugin, then you should look for that. But I won't right now, sorry. Sorry, Adobe. I still love you because you're still paying me. And now I will just keep it drag and dropping, and I will show the results soon. And there it is. I have created the very happiest panel Adobe have ever made. And I gotta show you why. First, let's see. This is so cool because I have easily created a panel that just looks like any other Adobe app. And this is the importance about using UI kits and design systems. But for you to see, to check what I have made, there it is. Select the program to recover any project you have ever lost. Did you ever lost anything in your entire life? Then you can recover it. You can press InDesign, and InDesign will never ever gonna break again. This is a promise. And you can press Photoshop. In Photoshop, we have recovered all of your pics from your childhood. This would be amazing if Adobe had a panel just like that. I would love. Please, Adobe. And Adobe XD. How is your user interface going? We just want you to be happy. This easy, this simple. They could make some happy panels for us. It would be really cool. After Effects. Whoa, what a wonderful day. Let's move on. But if you are feeling bad, you don't want just happy messages or this kind of stuff, don't worry. You can still press the click here to close Adobe XD and lost everything. And no, sorry, we are so happy. Adobe XD will never break and lose everything. We just want to say that we love you. I would love if they have a panel just like that. So for today, that is it. I have created the biggest, the better, the wonderful Adobe panel. I hope you have liked it, you have understood what is a design system, what is a UI kit. Please, if you like, subscribe, leave your comments, and keep following my progress because this has been a huge project and I'm loving sharing it with you. Thank you.